Alright, what is up guys, Loser Manic here. Today I want to talk about something that I saw that was released 4 hours ago by Screen Rant. A lot of you guys may know Screen Rant, they're very popular on YouTube. And personally for me, I don't like some of this stuff, but whatever, that's for a different time that I won't make. And before we start, I want to address a couple things. One, I know Last of Us 2 is in the title or whatnot. I 100% did not plan on talking about The Last of Us 2, making another video on it. But something came up that really bothered me that I wanted to talk about. And this is my second time doing this, because new information came up and I was about to end the video when I started talking about it again. So I'm going to talk about it now, kind of explain. I want to explain the situation that's going on. Why I want to make this video. Again, it wasn't my intention to make another Last of Us video, because I feel like I'm just like milking that cow as much as I can, even though I made like 3 Last of Us videos and I mentioned it in some of my videos. So some of you guys who, for like a little bit, maybe a lot of people will know this, Screen Rant made an article addressing who the main supervillain or the main villain of The Last of Us 2 is. Now they mentioned 3 people, but if you ask me, there's plausibly 2, but I think there is 1. So the people mentioned is Abby, Ellie, and Joel. And there will be spoilers. I forgot to mention that. There will be spoilers in this, so if you haven't finished it, seen it, interested in watching it, or just haven't, unless you don't care, then just keep watching, and you're interested in watching Last of Us and you just don't give a shit, then keep watching this. But if you're one of those, like, you haven't finished it, haven't started it, haven't gotten the game yet, whatever, then turn away from this if you care. So Screen Rant made an article talking about the main villains of the game. Like I said, Abby, Ellie, and Joel Joel was mentioned slightly, but considering the fact he was mentioned in this article, I think it's right to say that they would make Joel the villain, which makes sense because in the first game, he saved Ellie from being killed during the cure of a fungal disease, which is impossible because there is no fungal disease as bad as it is in this game, and there is no cure for it. That's what Game Theory said, and I'll put a link in the description down below to the article if you guys want to check it out and see for yourself. Now I did the TLDR thing that they do, so I may be missing a few points, but I'm just going off of what I saw in there because I'm too lazy to read a whole fucking article on just a game that I've played 5 times. I don't know. Or a game series I played 5 times, whatever, doesn't matter. Anyways, so one of the main things they brought up was that Abby was meant to play the bad guy. She killed Joel and whatnot, but they did say that Ellie went for revenge for what Abby did to Joel, causing not only Dina and her son JJ to move out of the house that they were staying in. I'll talk about that in a little bit. I just want to kind of summarize it. But also, considering the fact that Abby has made a life for herself after the fight between the first fight between Abby and Ellie. Abby then said that they were to not hunt each other down, which was something that was very, in my opinion, fucking dumb. But I can understand why. And she also put not only Abby but Lev, Abby's adoptive son, in danger. Or I guess adoptive brother, whatever. But the situation that comes in is the fact that, if you ask me, Abby is truly the bad guy. Here's why. Yes, Ellie didn't stay true to Tommy's word or promise, or the promise that Ellie made to Tommy, that she would hunt Abby down no matter what, at any cost. That was the promise that they made after the prologue after Joel died, Tommy shows up at Ellie's house talking about the WLF and whatnot, and Ellie made a promise to Tommy that she would kill Abby no matter the cost. So, but, so yeah, that would instantly make Ellie the bad guy. And if you believe that, then just stop watching the video. Ellie's the bad guy. She, didn't stand by Abby's words. She put Dina and JJ in danger after Ellie promised Dina that she would not go after Abby again. Just stop here. Like, subscribe, all that. See ya. But if you ask me, there is a bit more to it than what they say. Because yes, while Abby did, after you fight Ellie as Abby then says that they are to not hunt each other down. Abby did make a life of herself looking for the Fireflies, which is pretty dumb if you ask me. I don't know if I mentioned this already. It's pretty dumb because the Fireflies are no longer there, and after the shit that's been going down, I think bringing the Fireflies back is a very bad decision, but whatever. But if you think about it, what makes Abby, to me, the villain, which by the way, Joel isn't a villain. He didn't know about the fact that there is no cure to a fungal disease, as bad as it is. So if you think Joel is the bad guy in the situation and you base it off that, then that's dumb, because all he did was just care for Ellie. And yes, Joel did lie to Ellie, but then afterwards Ellie then forgave Joel. That's it. If you think Joel's the bad guy, look, believe whatever you want. Personally, I think if you believe Joel is the villain of this series, then you're crazy. But whatever. You can believe whatever you want. I'm not here to turn your opinion or whatever. But, so yeah, they say that Ellie's the bad guy or the villain. I'm gonna keep correcting myself, I know for a fact, because of the fact that she went back on her promise to Dina promised to Abby that they were to not hunt each other down. But within that 9 months, it was 9 months, and we can tell that because Dina wasn't actively shown to be pregnant. She discovered that she was pregnant a few weeks ago, as of whenever you first find out, which was in a theater that they decided to hold up, which is like 90% of the game in all of Seattle on Ellie's side. But so there is a 9-month difference there, because it's 3 days. It took 3 days, so there is a 9-month difference there. Assuming, although it could be The Last of Us, it could have been like 8 months or 7 months or 10 months. I don't know, but that's how it usually is. So there is a 9-month difference between that promise and when she actually started. Now it could have been a bit longer. We see that the baby isn't that young, but he is young. So there's a 9-month difference there. So if you're gonna base Ellie based off what we see, then yeah, she is the bad guy. But there is a 9-month difference, and within that 9 months, Tommy then shows up, learns about the secret of, or learns of the promise that Abby and Ellie swore to. But so it shows that Ellie at least cares for her friends, but in Abby's backstory, we learn that her friends have said many times, like, you have to let this go. Owen told Abby to let it go. I think Mel told her to let it go. I don't know. Although once they found Joel, they was fine with it and whatnot. So I guess there's that. But Owen told Abby to just let it go, but she wasn't having any of it. So if you ask me, the true villain of the game is Abby, because unlike Ellie, where she cares for her friends, And that's why she went and hunted Abby down, was she killed Joel, even though Joel killed Abby's dad, which is the dumbest thing ever, because she has daddy issues. Massive, massive daddy issues. Jesus Christ. But, I don't know, that's just my opinion. I think Abby, so, TLDC, too long, don't care. Abby's the bad guy because, unlike Ellie, Abby doesn't give a fuck about her, doesn't listen to her friends. She only wants what she wants. And the only time Ellie ever goes after Abby after that promise was because Tommy berated her and told Ellie of the promise that she made to Tommy. And after Ellie learns of that promise, she felt bad, went after Abby. So yeah, that is my opinion. I'd love to know your thoughts down below. Do you think Ellie's the bad guy? Do you somehow think Joel's the bad guy? If you can tell me why Joel is the bad guy, let me know. There's some other shit, but it was like after Dina kissed Ellie, what the fuck was the dude's name? Doesn't matter. Joel berated the guy who was being bigoted towards Ellie and Dina, and then Ellie then proceeds to yell at Joel, making Ellie the bad guy and Joel the innocent one, even though it doesn't really matter. But I wanted to focus on the key events, key points that the article said. Now, again, I read the TLDR and it didn't show the whole friendship between and it didn't mention what I mentioned, not all of it, the friendship of Ellie and Dina, and or I guess the romance stuff in there. So yeah, let me know what you think. Do you think Joel's the bad guy? Do you think Ellie's the bad guy or the villain, or do you still think that Abby's the villain, or do you just do you think that someone else is there? I know some of you don't care, but I wanted to talk about this because I don't know, I'm replaying The Last of Us 2 again, and I must say I'm loving it a bit more now than I did the first time I played it. So, and I get passionate about shit like this because I'm explaining for a different video. I do have video ideas planned out, and reasons I'm sensitive about video games like this is gonna be coming soon. Probably within the week, this week or next week or whatever, I don't know, if I want to talk about it at all. So yeah, if you have enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe for more videos, share with your friends. It'll help out the channel, and even though I don't really care, I just want to do this because I mostly use this as like a diary type thing, even though I don't start off everything with like dear diary. No. And then again, leave a comment, your thoughts. I know you probably don't care, but I just want to know what you think. Do you think Joel is the bad guy with proof? Don't just say Joel's the bad guy because you don't like me and you want to piss me off, because I don't get pissed off that easily. So yeah, let me know what you think down below in the comments. Like, subscribe, whatever the fuck you want to do. Anyways, Lizamaniac out.